Hello, once again. Welcome back to my review of No Filter with Naomi. I was citing my 10 most breaking moment or breaking interviews. So I was speaking about the fifth one on my previous video that you'll find link on this particular video. So my fifth was talking about the PDD interview because I found it really inspirational. You know, there's only the image that we have about, we have of the black celebrity, mostly black male celebrities, is done when you see them with, chains, big cars, rings all over your fingers, wearing sunglasses at night in the evening. But hearing or listening to Sean Combs, I was quite surprised. I think because I don't really know the guy. I just know the singer. I mean, what I knew about the singer was just through the songs. And I had this pretty bad habit to, let's say, to stereotype someone according to the videos. But it's just an image. That's the thing. It's just an image. It's a character that you are playing. Because once again, we are in the entertaining world. But yes, most of the time we tend to link, the playing character with the real human being. So hearing Sean Combs, alias PDD, speaking about, politics and and how he's giving back to the community without actually saying it, and acknowledging those who help him from the moment that he started working in a studio. He was just rushing here and there to bring coffee, to bring something, but just to show, like he said, just to show that yes, I'm committed, I want to work, yes, you can trust me with more things, more responsibilities. Anyway, listening to his journey and the fact that now he's a business-minded person. He tried to to invest in many things. He invested in many things, not he tried. He invested in many things. They turned out good. And then he spoke about politics. Why did he speak about politics? Because Naomi brought the topic of Anna Wintour urging people to vote for former Vice President under President Obama, Joe Biden. And I will come to that later, okay? Then Naomi was asking Sean Combs, what do you think of that? What do you think of Anna Wintour's call, to vote for Joe Biden? And at that moment, I was hooked because he was speaking with wisdom and really smart lines. I was just like, oh, okay. Of course, it was maybe a little bit naive of me to think that, because I saw him singing in some videos with where men are wearing smokings and where women are naked. I think that I I tended to associate him to some doomed artist. And at that moment, he replied to Naomi saying that, yes, we say that, yes, we will vote for Joe Biden, but until he showed us, until he shows us what he can do or what he is willing to do to the advantage of the black community, then he may have my vote. Because most of the time people think that because we are all blacks, we are all Democrats. But if the candidate doesn't bring us something on the table, why will I vote for someone who will not fight for my interest too? So this, this and a lot of other things that he said were quite interesting. Okay, were quite striking, interesting for me, of course. Mainly because I had another image of him. All right, and yes, I could see how, I mean, Miss Campbell, she was so sisterly, protective and happy to to talk to him, and she was just like, yes, my darling, okay, my darling, thank you for your time. No hugs, and she said it so many times. I found it okay. Wow, I was just like, oh wow, they really have a bond. They really have a deep bond. Of course, that we as outsiders, we are not, we do not know, what is going on behind the scenes. Who would have thought that, for example, that okay, Sean Combs knew Naomi Campbell on a, let's say, on a level of deep friendship, because you can know someone just acquaintances. You know how celebrities sometimes are. Okay, you meet on the red carpet and you behave as if you know each other for years or for decades, for ages, when actually you just met the person, then you don't even know how the person, you don't even know the person's name, and you just say, oh darling, I haven't seen you for years, oh ha ha ha. No, so but you don't know anything from the person, or about the person. You know nothing. So it was for me, it was quite inspirational, because he came from nothing almost, although his mother did her best to put him in private school. She wanted to give him, of course, this is what a normal mother should do. She wanted to give him the best of life. Okay, she didn't want her son to end up on the streets, okay, and to be the replica of, the stereotype of the African American male stereotype. Yes, that is dealing on the street with the gangs and the guns, and well, so she did her best, and he acknowledges that. Okay, until it's always he was Sean Kong was just like, okay, before I do something, I'm just like, if my mom was around or is around, she won't like it, So there is always this deep respect. So now I will move to my sixth interview. Let's say that the most surprising interview for me was Paris Hilton. We still have in our head, okay, this image of, the crazy Paris Hilton going here and there, okay, ending up in the nightclubs, and, paparazzi here and there, and dragging Nicole Richie with her, and this and that. We had another image of her. But in this particular interview, my goodness, we learned that actually she was playing a character, because she was still into that reality TV show called The Simple Life. And they gave them, when I say them, I have in mind Nicole Richie and Paris Hilton, okay? The producers gave them specific characters to play, and never to depart from those characters, which means that they were playing those characters in the reality TV, but they were also obliged to play those characters out of the reality TV, as much as, or and as long as the reality TV was going on, and it went on for 6 years. So after a while, I think that everybody, okay, will reasonably assume that, okay, this is who they are, spoiled, rich, privileged, white girls, and blah blah blah. I don't really like the term white, okay, but you know what I mean. So, and then we discovered this, that actually she was playing a character, and Naomi to say that actually she's the complete opposite of this, that image that we have of Paris Hilton. And Paris Hilton, she almost studied the Gigi thing, and she has been doing it for 10 years. So it was not just like a fling or something like, okay, I will try it, and then next thing, no. And she's coming from kind of quite conservative family, where her parents, actually raise them in a hard way to let them know that you have privileges, okay? And if you don't do better, people will identify you according to those privileges. And even the way she was expressing herself, you know, such a maturity in her voice. Now, I was quite surprised to find a stable lady, very business-minded, who is touring the world to do something that she likes, that is DJing, okay? Parties around the world. It was a good surprise, yes. So we move on to my seventh breaking interview. It was, for me, the most, I don't know if I can put the most, I can say the most educational, but yes, I would say the most educational interview, because it was educating not me, but mostly those who have another image of my continent, Africa. And that interview was the interview with Ashley Graham. For me, I consider it to be the most educational because I mean, I was so happy when Miss Campbell and Ashley Graham were talking about their trips, yes, in Africa. And during that interview, I learned that Miss Naomi Campbell travels, or used to travel before this confinement, at least once every month to the continent. She spoke, Miss Campbell, she spoke about Ghana, she spoke about Senegal, she spoke about Kenya, where she has a house. She spoke about South Africa. Actually, she travels. No, she was talking about this national traditional Senegalese food, tiep. And I was just like, oh, no. And she was also talking about Nigerian food. I was like, okay, you have never been to Cameroon, but we are just a neighboring country to Nigeria. Okay. But they were exchanging, they were talking about their trips, and Ashley Graham, she traveled too. Of course, not as much as Naomi Campbell did on the African continent, but they all came, they all agreed that people out of African continent have a bad idea of the continent itself. We always knew that, okay? We always knew that. I always say, what do you think? What will have happened if people have said, you know what? In Africa, we have gold mines, diamond mines, beautiful nature, everything is still natural. People are still eating in a natural way. We scarcely buy things in supermarkets. There are countries in Africa, they don't even have supermarkets. They have markets only. And in the market, you can find only natural products. We don't have time to mix it with chemicals. And so, and I mean, Ashley Graham and Naomi Campbell were discussing this, they were just talking about the beauty of the continent, the beauty of the landscape. I mean, they were talking about so many things. And I was just like, yes, my girl, you traveled. During that interview, I didn't even know that Ashley Graham's husband was from African descent. Or is he African American? I just don't know. I've never checked. But yes, we can say that she can be invited to the cookout. She spoke about, they spoke about many things that they have been invested in doing in Africa. When I say Africa, is as a continent, because for those who don't know, it's not a country, okay? We have 54 countries in Africa. So wake up, okay? Just leave the stereotype and the prejudices aside, okay? Speak only of what you know. Yes, I think at the moment in the interview, they also said that it's better to travel and to sit by yourself, and then you come back and you can give us or me your opinion. Since then or till then, It's better not to report things that you don't know, okay? Because news out there are not out there for our good. This is my opinion. Because if they show the way, I think that all countries will just empty to go to Africa. So it is better to comfort people by showing, like someone said, by showing a child dying of hunger with flies around him. That's the most common image that some people know out of Africa. But let's not go there. This is for another day. So for me, this was the most educational because also it was educating about, we had the opportunity to we have the opportunity to travel a little bit, talking about tourism, cuisine, as they were talking about food. Ashley Graham was talking about eating with her fingers. No, I said, yeah, welcome to the club. So then we have the eighth interview, which spoke to me, was the most professional one. It was Carly Close. Because of course they spoke about investment, about the fact that they could use their platform. When I say they, is Carly Close and Naomi Campbell. Actually, Naomi Campbell has been doing this for so many years. Okay, it's not just something that like, okay, how will I keep my, I want to use my time for something, not to be bored. No, I mean, during the interview, you understand that they are sharing common goals and they would like to work together, okay, towards some of the common goals that they have. And I mean, they really spoke about charities, work, and the fact that they were quite steady, constant in the way they were, they were trying to help. Okay, they wanted to improve. I mean, the life of people, mostly girls, on the African continent, and not just that. I mean, so yes, for me, talking about job and the fact that also Naomi Campbell, for those who saw it or who also heard like I did, said to Carly Close that Carly Close belonged to their era. Of course, she's from the modern days, not as if the supermodel were from the Stone Age, no, but you understand what I mean. She's part of this new generation, yes, millennial, if I can call them that way. Okay, but the way she sees her work, the way she carries herself, I'm talking about Carly Close, made Naomi Campbell tell her that you belong to our era. That is, you belong to our era in the 90s. And we know how, I mean, those ladies were in the 90s, were considered to be wow, no. So I think it was a great compliment. And while also Carly Close, she was so respectful. She was so grateful for everything that she had. She was thanking people, thanking Naomi. I was just like, okay. This made me believe that, oh, maybe the fashion industry is not so superficial, and that there are some people who actually care. And this is how I felt. Okay, let me know in the comment. The ninth interview was, and which was the most uplifting for me. Okay, for me it was the most uplifting interview. It was interview with Marc Jacobs. I have always known the guy just through the clothes, through the quite in the 2000s, it was among those designers who were kind of shaking the boundaries, coming with some type of crazy outfits. Okay, you could sense, you could feel a change in the fashion industry. Okay, it was just Marc Jacobs. Okay, I'm not really into the fashion, into the fashion thing, but as a Gemini, I'm interested, okay? I try to keep myself informed on the things of the world, but that's it. So I didn't know that they had such a chemistry, such a bond, such a a brother sisterhood thing with Naomi Campbell. You learn that Naomi Campbell arranged for his rehab when he was alcoholic, drug addict, and all this. She arranged for his rehab, and the guy is so religious. I mean, he is just like, that's crazy. Yes, for me, it was the most uplifting because he could recognize that he was ill and that, he had this privilege. He should not mess up with his life. He took things in, and he decided to rise from it. And he also reached this point in life where he's not ashamed of who he is. He's no more ashamed of whatever. Let's say that he is no more letting himself to be victim of whatever people will say about him. And I think that to reach this point in life, he may have gone through some deep introspection. But this is my thought, okay? I think in life, when you reach this point, it means that you have transcended yourself and that you have learned to study yourself. This is not just a one-day thing. This is something which is in a constant, process. It's a constant process because you cannot just understand yourself and then stop there. No, you always have something to learn. So listening to him, I felt a great peace. I think that he made peace with himself, whatever he might have done bad in his life. He came to peace. He made peace with himself, and now it's just all philosophical. Yeah, he's above all this now. Okay, so we're talking about the 10th one, my 10th interview. I call it the most family-minded thing, and it's interviews with Cindy and Christy, because it was all about nostalgia. It was all about remembrance, memoir. It was wow. You could, when you were listening to them talking, you could picture out, those days. With Cindy Crawford, I was shocked that you remember the clip with George Michael, where I don't even remember how it is sung, but I think it was Freedom. Na 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 na. In that clip, I think we had Linda Evangelista too. I don't know if it was Eva Ezigova who was there. I don't remember, but there was a blonde girl. Anyway, so we had, on that clip, when you watch the clip, at the moment Cindy Crawford is in the bathtub with the foam all over. My goodness, she just revealed in that interview with Naomi that there was no foam at all. That, I think that she was naked or almost naked, and she was just sitting in the bathtub. I was just like, what? So I had to go back and watch the video of Freedom of George Michael. Wow, that's crazy. Oh, with Christy, I really like, Christy, she took this as just a job. I think it's a job, okay? Now it depends on, she had other things in life, she had other goals in life, so she got married, she had children, she moved to the countryside. I guess she's still working, but not really in the fashion industry. I don't know. I didn't dig too much. But the memoir, how they were, I mean, their souvenir, they were sharing it. It was quite a special moment, and yeah, it really threw us back. You know, I mean, he threw us back to those days, the old good days. People in the comment, I think that Christy, she might have 3 children. I don't remember. She might have 3 children, and you know, Cindy Crawford had 2. She has Kaya Gerber, who is also now catwalking, and a son. And I didn't know that, you know, I mean, those ladies, they know each other for what, 34, 35 years now. And Naomi pays them visit. I mean, they are a family. Okay, she knows the children. She's almost the godmother of Kaya Gerber, the daughter of Cindy Crawford. She was speaking about the way Kaya Gerber was walking. She's a fan of it. I mean, you see that she's really family oriented, Naomi. She really kept her relationship with her former, let's say, co-workers, and they don't see each other as co-workers. And Naomi even said that actually those ladies, they came together, mostly Christy Turlington actually is the one who, when she was called by designers, she used to tell them, according to Naomi, she used to tell them that, you know, okay, I will not work with you if you don't take her. Wow. And just imagine how it might have been in those days. So yes, it was quite, yeah. It was, for me, was, wow, I was delighted to hear this, and Naomi was so grateful. And I mean, it's actually at that interview that I saw Naomi, you know, opening herself, you know, being grateful and be so caring. Okay, this was my 10th, but I would like to add that interview with Anna Wintour. I found it, this is less in my bonus on top of the 10 interview. I would say that this was really business minded interview. I will not call it professional interview like Carly Close, but business minded interview, because Dame Anna Wintour was talking about how they gathered funds to help their young designers. That's good also, because yes, like she said, 53 millions are working in the fashion industry. Wow, I knew many things in those interviews. So, and then she moved to the politics thing, and I was just like, wow, okay, wow. And you know, I could see that Naomi Campbell was trying not to be too involved in that, okay, but not letting down Dame Wintour too. Anna Wintour. Oh my goodness, sorry, Dame Anna Wintour, sorry for my mistake. I will not edit this, so it will be there on the video. That's the live thing. Okay, so I would like to know, okay, what are your, I mean, the most striking interviews of all the 15 that you have watched on No Filter with Naomi? Please let us know in the comment section. Yes, I will be delighted to reply. So my hope, okay, as a conclusion, my hope and expectations are that I would like Naomi to continue to serve us with a plethora of topics, memories, and wonderful interviews. I trust her with that. And she's doing incredibly well for someone who has just discovered YouTube. You know, I'm just there, and I still don't see the end of it. So sorry again for my editing. And yes, I would say that she's doing incredibly well, and as my Gemini sister, I wish her to have fun in doing what she does best, that is leading with her authentic self. Because this is something that you will never take away from a Gemini. We are as authentic as we come. That's why this explains a little bit some of the last videos that you have watched on our channels. It had to be that way. When I say that, I just really don't care about the haters, but I will delete non-constructive comment, that's for sure. So yes, I think this was my review of No Filter with Naomi. I hope that she will do other episodes. I really hope so. She just started like this, and she made us being hooked up with everything that she has posted so far. Yeah, it's quite it was a wonderful surprise. I'm really happy for her. I'm really happy to know that she's keeping herself busy. I like her natural lifestyle. She's not in the West. She's trying to keep herself busy for it. Okay, so I'll wait for you in the comment. Please do not forget to subscribe, yes, to like our videos, to comment, and to share on social media. And also, please do not forget to press, okay, the notification bell, yeah, so that you will be informed and aware when we post the video. All right, so thank you again for taking this time and so far to watch and to listen to whatever I have to say. Please, if you have suggestions, let us know. Yes, and see you then. Till then, I'm trying to drag Greg to post one video, but of course we are so busy now, and let's say he's busy more than I am. And yes, he would like to post some cooking video, so you will see it till then. Okay, so thank you again for watching our video, my video. Thank you, and sis, take care of yourself. Yes, stay inside. We hear some creepy things coming from United States, and it's not good. Don't go outside until it is official for the planet that you can go outside. Okay, we are not here to try anything. Okay, don't go on the beaches. If you have a garden, just go and sunbath in your garden. It's better. So okay, my dear, see you again, and bye bye.